After King Astyages died, Cyrus of Persia inherited the kingdom. Daniel continued to serve in the royal court, and the king valued him above all others. Now in Babylon, there was a famous idol called Bel. Every day, huge amounts of food were offered to it: 12 measures of flour, 40 sheep, and 6 jars of wine. The king would visit the idol daily and bow before it. But Daniel refused, choosing instead to worship the living God. The king questioned him. "Daniel, why will you not worship Bel?" Daniel replied, "Because I will not bow to idols made by human hands. I worship the living God who created heaven and earth and rules over all flesh." The king insisted, "But Bel is alive. Can you not see how much he eats and drinks each day?" Daniel smiled. "Do not be deceived, O king. Bel is clay on the inside and brass on the outside. He eats nothing." The king became angry and summoned Bel's priests. He declared, "If you cannot prove that Bel consumes these offerings, you shall die. But if you can, then Daniel shall die for speaking against your God." Daniel agreed. "Let it be as you have said." There were 70 priests of Bel, along with their wives and children. The king, Daniel, and the priests went into Bel's temple. The priests said, "We will leave now, O king. You set out the food and seal the door with your signet. If Bel has not eaten everything by morning, we die. But if he has, then Daniel dies." They spoke boldly because they had secretly made a hidden entrance beneath the table. Every night, they and their families slipped in to consume the offerings. After the priests left, the king placed the food before Bel. Then Daniel quietly instructed his servants to scatter ashes across the temple floor. Only the king saw them do it. Then they shut the door and sealed it with the royal seal. That night, as usual, the priests, their wives, and children entered through the secret passage and devoured all the food and drink. Early the next morning, the king and Daniel returned. "Are the seals unbroken?" asked the king. "They are, O king," Daniel replied. The king opened the door, saw the empty table, and cried out, "Great are you, O Bel! There is no deceit in you." But Daniel held him back. "First, look at the floor, O king. Whose footsteps do you see?" The king looked down and saw the clear prints of men, women, and children. At once, he realized the deception. He seized the priests and demanded they reveal the hidden doors. They showed him everything, and the king, enraged, executed them. Then he handed Bel and the temple over to Daniel, who destroyed both. In that same place, the Babylonians also worshipped a great dragon. The king said to Daniel, "You cannot say this one is only brass or clay. He lives, he eats and drinks. Surely he is a living god. Worship him." But Daniel answered, "I will worship the Lord my God alone, for he is the living God. But if you permit it, O king, I will slay this dragon without using sword or staff." The king agreed. Daniel mixed pitch, fat, and hair, boiled them together, and formed them into solid lumps. When the dragon swallowed them, the mixture caused it to burst apart. Daniel said, "Behold, these are the gods you worship." When the people of Babylon heard this, they were furious. They gathered together against the king, shouting, "The king has become a Jew. He has destroyed Bel, killed the dragon, and put the priests to death." They demanded, "Hand over Daniel. or we will destroy you and your house." The king, overwhelmed by their threats, gave Daniel into their hands. They threw him into the lion's den, where he remained for 6 days. 7 lions were kept there, and they were usually fed 2 carcasses and 2 sheep each day. But to ensure the lions were ravenous, none of this was given to them during Daniel's imprisonment. Meanwhile, in Judea, there lived a prophet named Habakkuk. He had just prepared a meal, pottage and bread, to take to the laborers in the fields. But the angel of the Lord appeared to him and said, "Carry the dinner you have prepared to Daniel in Babylon, for he is in the lion's den." Habakkuk answered, "Lord, I have never seen Babylon, and I do not know where the den is." So the angel took hold of him by the hair, and by the Spirit of God transported him swiftly to Babylon, setting him above the lion's den. Habakkuk cried out, "Daniel, take the food. God has sent you." Daniel rejoiced, saying, "You have remembered me, O God, and have not forsaken those who seek and love you." He ate the food, and immediately the angel carried Habakkuk back to his own place. On the 7th day, the king came to mourn Daniel. But when he reached the den and looked inside, he saw Daniel sitting unharmed. The king cried out, "Great is the Lord God of Daniel. There is no other God but him." He ordered Daniel to be lifted out of the den, and he cast in those who had conspired against him. The lions devoured them instantly before the king's eyes.